Hello, everybody. Booker Player 1 here with another trip through the Power Rangers movie game. Now, you might be asking, or saying to yourself, didn't you already do this one? Yes, I did. Why the redo? Well, a couple of reasons. One is I feel like I've grown more competent as a video maker. Not the best by any means, but better for sure. Secondly, I'm gonna turn this into like a challenge run, kind of. My goal here is to beat the game without morphing, except for the forced morphs that it makes you do for boss fights. So we'll be playing the entire game as the civilian Rangers. And I've chosen Adam here. Well, for a couple reasons. One is mechanically, I think he is the most sound choice. He has a jump kick. His special is good. And two, just Johnny Young Bosch is he's a cool dude. So why not play as him in video game form? That's why we choose Adam, because his special is a fireball. You guys remember that episode of the Power Rangers where the Black Ranger got to shoot fireballs? So essentially what this boils down to is managing our power meter, because if it charges all the way up, then the only thing we can do is morph. We can't shoot our fireball anymore. And we want the fireball, because it's good for killing stuff. The other thing we want to do is to try to maximize as many kills and object destructions as we can, because we need points to get extra lives. And being on hard mode and doing this challenge, we're gonna need the extra lives. Especially if you play like I do. Which is mediocre at best sometimes. Another reason to go through this game was maybe to share some more personal stories and insights about the Power Rangers franchise and just, my opinions on it. Let's not get hit by a car, but we got hit by a bike. That's fine. I think we have a hamburger coming up. I'm actually gonna jump. Stop collecting as many lightning bolts. That's it? Yeah, it's in there. So, of course, the big gag here, this being the game of the movie, is that it barely has anything to do with the movie at all, other than you fight Ivanus at the end, and that's about it. So about that movie is I remember making my grandmother take me to go see it when it came out, which means I was like 10. It's like 9 or 10 when it came out. And very badly wanting to see it. It was one of those movies, like, as a kid, if you've bought into the sugar-coated plastic nonsense that is 90s children's television, then of course I wanted to see this movie. And I remember being in theaters and watching it. At one point I actually turned to my grandmother and telling her to shush, because I was trying to watch the movie without taking damage. It's fine. I would like to have killed another robot, but I don't know if I could have gotten up there fast enough, unfortunately. You can destroy these background objects, they count as points. And I'm also trying to make sure none of the putties escape. But yeah, I very, very vividly remember watching that, just my grandmother saying, asking me questions, I guess, about the movie, and me just being like, shh, it's super important what Goldar is saying right now. It's not, but 10-year-old me thought it was super important. Ooh. Well, not doing great in the health department. Can't get too gritty with the kicks here. So if you're in Power Ranger mode, you can hang from that sign and get air kicks on it for more damage. But we're just stuck to doing jumpies. Okay, we got it. Not taking damage. And as long as we don't lose a life between here and the boss fight, I think we'll be okay. We get another health burger, and then when we morph to fight the boss, we do get the full heal. Yeah, there's our morph burger. We'll go get that. Just hamburgers being healing items just feels so very video gamey, like very Final Fight coded, just using hamburgers. And I think like there's one or two the big roasts, the big Final Fight-esque roasts that are full heals. There's like one or two of those in the game as well that you can find in certain areas. Thankfully, these those doors we gotta break down also count towards your point total. Too far away for our fireball. And there's no reason to not throw them. Like this screen here is the last one before we find our boss. Also, I was going to point out another reason to choose old Adam here is I actually think he has some of the funnier lines in the movie. Which, I mean, it's still like a silly, you know, it's a cheesy kids movie at its heart, meant to sell you toys, but he gets to do the whole thing like, oh, I'm a frog. Oh, does this pick on the frog day? Like that little bit. And we got our full heal. We got Mirror Maniac here. So you have to remember the boss roster is just a whole bunch of Season 2 villains. He's actually pretty easy when you recognize his pattern. Ooh. Usually after he fires his projectiles, he'll do either his roll move or he'll do a punch. Like a safety strat, if you're just like trying not to take damage, just keep undercutting him because he'll just keep teleporting and moving around instead of doing his other attacks. But it takes a really long time to do that. Should get him here, next attack should be enough. There we go. Okay, good fight. Good fight. We should get an extra life. Yeah, so if not when he dies, then when the stage is over, we should go to 3. It's really just all about hoarding your extra lives. That's how you get through this game. There we go. And there's a handful of pickups you can get to that are just like free 1-ups if you grab them. So, about this like barely having anything to do with the movie. Even as a kid, I was like, this is fun, and I like it because it's Power Rangers beating up bad guys, like, I'm here for it. But even as a kid, I was like, none of this stuff is from the movie. There are no putties in the movie. They don't go to an Air Force base. Whatever this is in the movie. You know, I missed the episode of the show where Adam could shoot fireballs. Still enjoyable though. I mean, it's a game. They gotta make something some anyway. Although, as far as I know, the Genesis version like actually does do stuff from the movie. Like it dips into the show a little bit too, but it's a more cohesive experience. But on the flip side, I thought about it. I was like, how much of the movie could you really make into a game anyways, though? Like, the first stage is us jumping out of a plane, but, like, with a snowboard for some reason, because that's what Tommy does. Like, he jumps out of a plane and has, like, a snowboard for whatever reason. That could, I don't know, whatever. It made for like, some good opening stuff, I guess. So I think you can only get the ones that crawl is if you hit a regular, like an upright enemy, like it'll fly into them and get them too. Like you can get a 2 for. Okay, not close enough to trigger that gun. There it goes. All right, so those like kind of like light green ones, they'll jump back and then jump at you, but they're still. Oh, they got me. I was too busy explaining what they did. I went into the mechanics a fair bit in the last video for this game, so I don't need to do it again. Like, that's about as complicated as the enemies get, are the putties that jump away from you. Ah! I didn't mean to pick up those bolts. I can't use my fireball anymore. That's unfortunate. Oh well. Just can't press X. It feels bad. The one downside, so one of the main reasons I choose Adam is that he has the jump kick. My other go-to ranger, of course, being Tommy. He has a jump punch, which, like, 9 times out of 10 is not what you want. It's one of the cardinal sins of like games like this where you have a jump attack at all is no jump punching. Jump punching is bad. Keep those back there. And if you're going for a run where you're trying to score points, like kicking the mortars back is actually a very valid strategy. Oh, that cost me a life. That is so lame. There's so much of that in this stage. This is the part where I need the fireballs for and don't have it. There we got it. Just because I could have fireballed the enemies that were coming from the sides. Yeah, that's another cardinal sin, is the anytime you are doing a side-scrolling game and have hazards that can knock you into pits, because that is the most artificial form of difficulty that I can think of in old-school, like, side-scrolling games. Like, this guy here, too, like, we gotta be really careful, because this guy here is a gun putty, and he can shoot us into that pit. Which is super not cool. Okay, or we can almost get knocked off because that platform didn't want to stay on screen. Yeah, when I was practicing, like, I died like that too while I was practicing for this run. Jumping off that ledge and the buddy with the gun just like shooting us into the pit. Thankfully we get a free one up here, so like it sucks that we lost a life, but it's not like the end of the world. Some more mortar kicking we can do here. Try to get some free points. There we go. Better than nothing. There we go. Yeah, but about the jump punching versus jump kicking, like Adam can't reach those spiders normally. Like, I don't even try. Like, I might have been able to get that one to get some extra points, but it's over pits, so I don't like trying it. Seems like a good way to lose some lives, honestly. There's enough stuff here in this stage that we can destroy. Like these like spinny spike boys. Some free damage. This is the last area here. We just gotta kill some more putties and we're at the boss. Which, if there's enough interest in this video, I might go back and do the other characters, like do a no morph run for just each character. Cannon Top, another Season 2 villain. I will say this, I remember most of the monsters from the show, and can usually pick them out of a lineup. Couldn't tell you anything about most of the episodes they're from, though. Like, it's gotta be one that I really liked as a kid for me to be like, oh yeah, that monster's from such and such episode, and here's why he was the monster, and such. Like, Cannon Top, like, yeah, that's what he is. He's a cannon-based monster. I don't remember why he's fighting the Rangers, because I haven't actually watched the show in a very long time. But that box open. You want to try to position yourself like on the edge of the platform, sort of edge of the overhang, so you can get more hits on him. You are not safe on the platform when those explode, by the way. You will get set on fire. Ooh, I jumped too high. Well, so once he's dead, you can stunt on the spikes. We can put our blood on the spike. Feels good. I don't think we get a life here. We don't. I know there's one in the next stage, but I always forget where it's at. I know there's an extra life, though, because I've gotten it before. We should get one when the stage ends. Unfortunately, this is another stage where it's very easy to lose a life on the way to the boss. There's also, like, a lot of, like hazards and pitfalls. It's our obligatory snowboarding level. Like, that's your link to the movie. There's your snowboard. We're just not jumping out of a plane with it. But there's your snowboard. So normally if I'm playing this and I'm just trying to not die, just stay in this one lane, just ignore the putties, but I'm going for points because I want the extra life. And I want as much energy so I can use my fireballs. My little just, like, legally distinct, not a Hadouken. A Hadouken. Yeah, see, like, a lot of hazardous rocks will do damage. We have a jump coming up. You gotta do, or you just lose a life. I wanted to get that, but good game. There we go. I just want to kill this. I just want to kill the snowmobile because it's worth points. I think the fireball works better if you turn around and do it. I forgot that guy drops a burger. We don't need it, but I always forget. Because like normally the putties don't drop food; they just drop the energy. But I guess that one's just like, you know, he's just chilling, holding onto a burger. It's like his lunch or whatever. So after a hard day of getting beaten up by teenagers with attitude, I like to chow down on a health burger. One American health burger. Even though I'm really a Japanese rubber suit monster. I think we're getting ready to enter the, yep. Kick it. You gotta kill some fish down here, because they're worth points. Burger. We managed to actually do that without getting hit. This is also where your special comes in handy if one of the two-hit buddies like starts trying to get away from you. Just use your fireball. Or whatever special you have, depending on whatever ranger you're playing as. The thing is, like, this is how I normally play the stage. Because you see, I've been collecting the energy, and like, I'm still not close to getting the getting a morph. Like, this is a very there's the one up. All right, cool. Yeah, it's a very energy poor level. Mostly because anything you kill behind you, like, you scroll away from it, so you actually don't get the lightning bolts. Too close to get that fish. I wish I hit that fish. I mean, luckily we get the auto morph at the end, so it's not like a huge deal. I don't think I've ever been able to get enough energy to morph before getting to the boss. Close. Alright, we're to the boss. This boss also has a up and down teleport move. You gotta kind of watch out for it, because he can trip you up pretty bad. So he likes to teleport on top of you. Like that. So just already taken 2 damage. The same thing, if you kind of watch where he teleports, you can use the safety strat of just uppercutting him to get him out of your face. It just takes forever. And if you're prone to messing up like I am, it's not even actually that safe of a strategy. It does keep him from doing any of his attacks, though. Like, he'll just keep teleporting and never do his attacks as long as you keep hitting him. Which I want this crate, actually, so I didn't get the crate. All that risk and no reward. I just wanted the crate for points. You don't even have to collect the power up. Just break the crate as you're breaking the box. Gives you the points. The little Rob 64 power up drop. Sometimes he just teleports if you punch him enough. He's just like, yeah, he does that. Oh god, fire bad, fire very bad. We're probably gonna get another life. I'd like to get 5 if I can. Nice. Slowly getting him. I want the 5 lives going into the next couple stages, so I'm playing it pretty safe, honestly. Heck, we get a couple more crates, we can just use our weapon on him. Oh, there's another hit. You gotta watch when you flip, because like when you flip, if he's in the middle of the teleport, he's probably gonna end up where you're trying to flip to. So that's just kind of what he does. We should have him though. Yeah, all right, we got him with one dot left. There it is, 5 lives. Good stuff. We'd be at 6, except for the stupid the mortar knocking us into a hole. What are you gonna do? But we're going into stage 4 with 5 lives. That feels pretty good. And stage 4 is not really that hard. It's got one tricky bit at the end here. So a trick here to maximize point value is you can destroy these big fuel tankers things on the train, but it doesn't give you the points for the enemies that are on top of the tanker. So just kill everything on top and then go for blowing it up. That's my advice. Even though I just ignored my own advice, but it's fine. We still got the little frog robot. Yeah, you can kind of like slowly edge forward to make that robot I kicked out of the sky appear before the other enemies do, like Buddy and all that. Make it easier to hit it. I'll grab another lightning bolt. Sadly, we have a mini-boss coming up, and I don't think our fireball works on it because it's weak points like on the ground. I wanted to hit that frog robot. Shoot. Oh well. Not a big deal. It's fine. I usually skip that little dude in the middle. He's really hard to hit. It's not worth taking damage just to get a little bit of points he's worth. I don't think it is. Maybe if you do, you can go for it. I don't want to. I choose not to. I think we have a health burger coming up, so they're taking 1 damage is huge. That was the other thing too. As a kid, like, part of me realized, yeah, there's our health burger, that it's part of its video game logic. Of course, there needs to be other enemies that putties put in, because there's not like a diverse enemy cast. If you stick to one season of the show, it's just putties. At the same time, as a kid, I was like, what's with all these like Mega Man robots in this game? Ooh, we almost morphed. Don't want to do that. It's not morphing time. That's the whole point of this challenge, is to only morph my bosses. He did not want to cooperate. He was just trying to stay on the edge of that train car. Yeah, so here's our mini-boss. I don't think our special can hit it. Oh, it can. Nice. I mean, we run out pretty quick, but it does a whole lot of damage for us. Try to get out of this without taking any damage from the stupid train boss. I was too close. No damage on the weak point. Ooh, almost got burned. There we go. There we go. Yeah, alright, cool. Okay. Yeah, I didn't think about how low you could get on the sides there, because usually you just stand there because it's a safe spot. The only thing I do there is jump over the projectile. The fire can't hit you. But it's good to know that the fireball can hit it. Learn new things all the time. Absolutely worth it to fireball the sword buddies, otherwise they take 4 hits to kill in your civilian form. And then these are just tougher versions of the... Oh, I'm getting beat up. I got beat up real bad. I'm glad I have 5 lives. Yeah, the brown and yellow buddies are just tougher versions of the ones that jump at you. Same mechanic. They'll jump at you and then move away that little bit. They just take 2 hits if you're not morphed. I think we get a health burger at some point in here. Be nice. If not, we have 5 lives. And I think we're going to get another one when the stage is over. So it's not a huge deal. Not the end of the world. What this guy? Oh, he's not going to jump. Okay. These little things too, these little science experiment looking things, I'm like, what are those? I'm so confused. I don't remember any of this in the show. Yay, burger. He's gonna jump. Get him. I seem to remember like one of these pillars has something hidden behind it, but maybe I'm wrong. Another burger. Okay, we're all right. I think that's actually, yeah, we're okay. We're at the boss. All right, we made it. I was almost sure we were gonna lose it live. And again, another really memorable villain. It's a dude with a magnet for a head, magnet brain. I couldn't tell you anything about the episode he's in, though. Just that he is a magnet-based monster. That is his whole bit. So his favorite move is the thing he opens with every time, which is the thing where he pushes us away from him, so we can't like just close on him and punch him to death like we could Mirror Maniac. So just gotta get our punches in what we can. Now he does have another move where he'll pull us towards him, but he doesn't use it a whole lot. He usually uses the other one and pushes us away, and then shoots out his little tornadoes. Gotta avoid his melee attacks. It doesn't feel good. He plays a big cat and mouse game. This fight might go on long enough, we might actually see a weapon. Like one of the 1 or 2 times we'll see a weapon in this run. Rude. He knew what he was doing. Gonna jump on top of his little tornado. I would like him to jump down not on the edge of the screen so we can actually hit him, but that's what he likes to do. Yeah, like, yeah, 1 or 2 more crates and I get to pull my axe out, so that'll be neat. Come on, my guy. Yeah, as far as the enemies that can go off screen, he is absolutely the worst about it. He likes to play on this edge of the screen, like, a lot. A lot. Oh, yeah, we got our weapon at least. Come let me hit you. It only lasts for so long, buddy. Come on. It's like the one time we're gonna see the weapon. It's absolutely worth taking damage to get weapon hits on him. Fine, we got him. Use our special. And of course, the Black Ranger special is just gigantic ball.
Hey, phrase it!
This is the part where we'd have 7 lives, but what are you gonna do? Also, as a kid, I was super excited to see that there was like a 2-player mode for this game. I can probably count on one hand the number of times I ever got anybody to play it with me. Part of that is because, of course, it's not a game that I ever owned. I was only ever able to find it for rent. I'm not going to kill that. No, too far away. This is another level where having a jump punch would actually be more helpful, because those putties up there are really hard for Adam to hit. Compared to, like, say, Tommy, who has the jump punch. So I'm probably just going to avoid that whole back row, as long as the putties are there. Still want to take out as many enemies as possible. So. Like these blocking robot dudes that I'm not sure why they're here. Or what exactly they're supposed to be in this universe. But what are you gonna do? Yeah, see, so I have to stand, as Adam, you gotta stand like directly under them and do the jump kick. Like Tommy can actually jump at them from an angle and still do it. So. Something there. Extra life. That might have been the pillar I was thinking about in the last level. Because there is a little bit of that that old Nintendo trickery of like hiding stuff behind stage elements. Which is tricksy, but it also feels really good whenever you find that stuff. That's a lot of stuff I'm trying to dodge. I mean, we have 7 lives, so at this point I'm not going to be too upset if we lose one, but... this guy here, another good thing to use your special on if you have a bunch of meter built up. Unfortunately, we didn't, so we're just going to have to beat it up the old-fashioned way. Because if it bumps into you, it does damage. As we almost found out just right now. Whoa. It'll back up, it'll come forward. There we go. Explosivo. Got some putties to fight. I wanted the putty, but I also wanted these little floor traps. I chose a putty and 2 floor traps. Mistakes might have been made. Oh, that sword! The sword's hurt. Thankfully, this is, yeah, one of our roasts, one of our full heal roasts that we get. And we have, like, this weird ninja guy who looks like he's from a different, video game and universe entirely, but he's not too hard. You just gotta watch which side he's gonna teleport to and hit him. Another good one to use your fireball on if you have meter for it. We don't, so... And now, I personally feel like this next section coming up is like one of the more difficult ones in the game. Not here where we have to play the floor as lava. Like, this part's actually not that bad, but just some stuff coming up is maybe some of the more difficult, like, platforming stuff we have to do in the game. I love these guys as a kid. I just think they were so cool. It's like, what? I don't know what he's holding, but he's big electricity and he has like sticks, and I don't know what he is. I guess he's supposed to be like some kind of like mad scientist type monster. Like, looks like he's wearing a lab coat. Like maybe those are like electrodes or something. We don't get the Ninja Turtles like enemy roll call that a lot of their games would give us in this game. Which I actually thought would have been really cool in a game like this. You do the bosses and you do the basic enemies and stuff. I think it would be cool. Another good opportunity to use your fireball there. Just take that gate out in one hit. Not deal with the floor, this lava, the little robot that shoots us and stuff. Yeah, so this part here sucks. Because you're like, unless you are just perfect at timing your jumps, like you're gonna take damage. Thankfully, we don't gotta do 2 sections like that. And there's a free 1-up at the other one, so even if you lose a life there, it's kind of free. Got these mashers that we gotta avoid. Ooh, might lose a life before we get there. Things aren't looking good for the frog. That was a fun discovery for me as an adult, learning that the guy who played Adam on the show went on to do a bunch of like voice acting and anime and stuff. Like that was really cool. Really, the thing that led to me like looking up, like not him in particular, but like finding out it was him was I wanted to look up who did the English voiceover for Vash in the original Trigun. Yeah, we're at 8 lives, but we're about to lose 1. There it is. You gotta be like Batman going through here. You're just gonna lose a life. Maybe not lose a life, but you're definitely gonna take damage. And we unfortunately had 1 hit left. But yeah, I wanted to look up who did the English VO for Vash in the original Trigun. And then saw this guy's name. I was like, why does that name seem so familiar? And I looked him up. I'm like, oh, wow. Blast from the past. One of the more challenging areas, if we're not morphed, of course, you can't use the overhanging stuff, like these things here. You can grab them if you're morphed. If you're in your civilian clothes, you lose the ability to hang from overhead on stuff. Like, you just forget how that works if you're not in your ranger suit. So it makes crossing those areas just a little more irritating. Not impossible, mind you, but just worse. We do want to hit these. They're worth money. They're worth points anyways. And then as bad as this section was, which it's really not, like this section's okay, it's the next section I hate, because there's a bunch of like really artificial difficulty type stuff in this area. Like enemies that are barely, like either out of frame or barely in frame that can hit you. These guys here have some pretty wonky hitboxes, if we're just being honest. There's one up here that's really bad, this guy, yeah, him. Has a weird fucking hitbox, and if you're just platforming all willy-nilly, like it'll spawn in as you're jumping, and like you just take damage for no reason. There's one here too. I'm more cautious of it now. When I was like practicing for this, I just jumped at those like 5 or 6 times. The couple of practice runs that I made, I just kept running into them. Wasn't really my favorite. So a lot of this section here is just like rote memorization and like knowing when to like try to print, like right there. Like I knew he was there and I still got hit because it's just so wonky. I think this is just 1 power. It's fine though. Also, this is an example of your standard like this platforming doesn't make sense. Like clearly, my jump clears this the platforms, but I can't jump on them unless the game says I can. I have to use their platforms to do it. I'm only allowed to go up when they say I can. That's another section. If you jump up there, like just trying to get your height out of your jumps, like you're gonna jump into those things that are crawling on the ledge there, just to take damage. I want to kill that before we get up here, so I have to fight another one of those ninja guys. I'd rather that not be alive while we do it. Alright. I don't know if there's a difference between the yellow one and the red one that we fought earlier. It doesn't seem like there is. But yeah, stuff like that where we're jumping into enemies that are barely in frame. Like, that just feels real bad. Like, I'm making it look like it's not that big of a deal. Oh, this is another section where, like, Tommy would be better. Just, like, trying to hit that with Adam's kick is a little harder than using the jump punch. Not impossible, but harder. We are almost to the boss. In fact, I think the next platform up, I think that actually is the boss. Yep. Alright, made it to the boss. Silverhorns. Another Season 2 villain, because that's all the bosses. There is one boss in this game that's not a Season 2 villain. It's a, what is this doing in this Power Rangers game? So it looks like a Metroid monster in the next stage. Alright, so this gimmick here, if he flashes like that, just jump over him. If he does that move, just try to get away from it as best you can. It has big, stupid reach. Did not mean to uppercut there, I was just trying to get that energy bolt. Thankfully we can, this guy is probably one of the harder bosses in the game, I feel like. Just because he has some really hard to avoid attacks. But we have enough extra lives, we can just kind of tank him if we need to. There we go. You can destroy those balls, but he just makes more of them. We got him, though. It only cost us 1 life. That's fine. We might get another one. That's fine. Okay, so it essentially cost us nothing. That is perfectly fine. So this next stage has a lot of front, it's front loaded with difficulty, and then the second half is real easy. This front half here is pretty rough though. This is another area where, again, I really do like this game. A lot of it's nostalgia, my love for Power Rangers. But it's another cardinal gaming sin, especially anything that's even partway a beat 'em up like this game is. And it's the stage hazards that don't hurt enemies. Now I can forgive these laser guns not hurting them or whatever, but the smashers and these turbines and stuff here, not hurting the enemies is kind of unforgivable. It's a big no-no in my book for if you want a more well-designed game, is that stage hazards should hurt enemies because it's fun. It's fun, and it makes people who are kind of new to gaming and don't recognize gimmicks in games for what they are sometimes. It's new. It's new, and it's a fun discovery. Oh, I can throw the enemy back into this thing, and it hurts them, and it's it takes them out faster, and it looks cool. That was definitely my experience, playing stuff like the first Soul Reaver, where that's the whole point of the game, is having to find creative ways to kill your enemies. I think we have a health burger in that box there, so no. Do the monkey. You can make Adam do the monkey too. It's another reason to choose Adam. Do the monkey. Do the monkey with me. You can kill these claws. These things. That's essentially how you try to get your score high in this game, is just if it looks like you can destroy it in the background, like, just try to destroy it. Now, as far as I know, the claws themselves, like, don't hurt us, but they can pick stuff up and drop it on us later, which can hurt you. They also try to steal our putty kills from us, which is rude. But what are you gonna do? Whoa! I'm not gonna get him. He's on the conveyor belt. He's too fast. Put that down. I need those points. Yeah, see, like, he'll try to drop those boxes on us. That's about as much as they hurt us, though. They don't do anything, like, super annoying, like pick you up or anything. Then we have, like, another mini-boss. Yeah, this little truck thing coming up is like a mini-boss. It's really easy to sit here and punch it a whole bunch. I'm wondering if you can just sit here and farm points, because, like, I think the boxes keep spawning in, but I don't want to sit here for 10 minutes trying to farm box points. It seems like not a great idea. And then this last part here is, you guys remember that time in the Power Rangers movie when they went to, like, a missile launching thing? Or maybe NASA? I'm not sure what's going on here. I believe if that hits you, like, it just kills you. Just takes a whole, like, knocks your health down to 0. Does all the damage. It's also an example of the stage hatchers being kind of inconsistent. Since I think it kills the putties too if they happen to be in the path of it. Okay. I was like, I know there's a rocket there. Where does it come from? Yes. Directly in my face. That's where it's going to come from. I should probably avoid that. I believe there's an extra life in here somewhere, too. I just don't remember exactly where it's at. It's over there. Can't get it. You gotta take a very particular path to get it. I always forget which way it is. But yeah, if you take the other path, there's an extra life there. I saw the gun guy and was trying to jump. Sorry, we should get another life at the end of the stage, I think. If not, we definitely have more than enough lives for the end of the game. Yeah, I don't know what that guy's strategy is. Like, when they're on the Air Force stage, it makes a little more sense that they crawl at you, like, to not get blown back by the planes or whatever. There, that guy is just like, yeah, I'm gonna crawl at you. And then here's the, what is this doing in my Power Rangers boss enemy, this mainframe brain monster that I don't know why it's in this game. Ooh, ouchies, mister, could you not? A lot of jump punching on this guy, unfortunately. That's what he does. He has like those attacks. He'll launch the balls at you. Is the other one he does? We'll probably do it here in a minute. Another fire. Eh, can't figure to lose a life here. He'll do that one too. He'll launch all the balls at you and they respawn. I think you can destroy them if you time it right, but he just respawns them if you do. Also, it's a capital I think. I'm not sure if you can or not. Not really a tough boss. You just gotta avoid his attacks there. That's it. Alright, we got I believe 0 counts, so it's 7 lives going into Ivan Ooze's stage. Which is better than what I got in practice. I think I made it there with like either 3 or 4 in practice. So for the video I'm gonna actually post, it feels good to have more. Yeah, and here's like one of the 2 or 3 things that actually ties this game into the movie, which is Ivan Ooze. And unfortunately, here the game makes you morph off the bat. And again, because the way this stage is structured, we can actually just use our extra lives to tank Ivan Ooze. Play a little, not have to play extra cautiously as if we had fewer lives. So I fully expect to like lose a couple of lives fighting him. He has some really gnarly attacks compared to the other enemies we fought. I did think playing this game as a kid, I was like, man, he did some cool stuff in the movie, but like, these powers are way cooler than most of the stuff he did in the movie. Shooting lasers and throwing out flaming knives and shooting spikes out and stuff. That's cool. In the movie, all he did was like mind control a bunch of kids and like get kicked in the crotch by a Megazord. So the second half of this stage is a countdown thing, so if we get close to killing him and I'm still on this 1 tip of life, I'm probably going to let him kill me, just so I don't die when I'm doing the timed escape portion of this level, because you lose time while you're respawning. So, if we get down to it, I'm probably just going to let him hit me. Yeah, I'm just going to let him hit me. That way I don't waste time on the escape respawning. Okay, that's fine. And I think the game just automatically gives you enough points for an extra life here when Ooze dies. Yep. Not that that really matters. So this goes to a timed countdown section. I believe if the countdown reaches 0, I believe you just die. Like, that's it. So... I'm trying to go. You gotta pan the screen, game. I'm trying to leave. And again, this is the other reason I like having all the extra lives, so you can be super reckless when it comes time to leave Ooze's. Yeah, we lost a life there, so... But I would have lost 2 on the way out if I hadn't let Ooze kill me. Like, having the extra lives lets you play a little more, it's like less stressful, like, you know, you can mess up a couple of times. The real enemy here is just the timer. Which, this is the last screen we're coming up on here. All I gotta do is break through this wall. We're gonna lose another life there, that's unfortunate, but we just got some putties to kill here at the end. And we're Morph, so it's not gonna take very long. Essentially, if you've made it to this screen, like, you win. The game makes you think you're doing something wrong because it's actually set like to not rescue you until the timer reaches a certain point. So that way the timer actually hits 0 as the ending cinematic plays. Like, we beat the game. Just the game makes you think that you're like missing something, but the Megazord's gonna go get us. Yeah. So you could get up there with like, if the timer was like at a minute still, like you'd have to sit there for a minute and wait for it to tick down. It's Galaxy Quest logic's like, of course, the timer always stops when it's at 1. But yeah, so that is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie on hard mode with no morphing as Adam, the Black Ranger. You'll sit here and enjoy our reward, which are these dope-ass credits, and the only show-accurate, movie-accurate portrayal of the costume, since they all look like the Red Ranger. Big match, Tommy versus Rocky here. Let's go. Poor Bulk and Skull. If you go back and watch, like, maybe not the early seasons, because they're just your stereotypical, villains in the first couple of seasons, but they end up really being the heroes by the end of the Zordon era of Power Rangers, and in the movie as well. Like, they're the ones helping the kids out while they're off, like, getting their powers back and fighting ooze and stuff. It's Bulk and Skull who are, like, actually helping everybody. You know, hashtag Bulk and Skull did nothing wrong. So, you do get a reward for being it on hard mode. I think I touched on it in the last video. It's a code you can input on the start screen that'll actually do the reverse of this challenge. You start every stage already morphed, which it makes certain stages easier, like especially like stage 3, where like it's very difficult to even become morphed before you fight the boss. So that's neat. Fun little reward. But yeah, Power Rangers is definitely one of those franchises that I got a soft spot for, so I wanted to do some more videos for some of its stuff. Unfortunately, like a lot of the old Power Rangers game, like a lot of them just aren't very good. Like even this one has its faults, but I still really like it. Oh yeah, here it's even telling like, hey, look for Power Rangers 3, the Fighting Edition. Which is okay. I can only recommend it if you like fighting games and Power Rangers, because that's what it is. It's like if it's the one for the SNES, I believe it's the one where it's mostly the Zords fighting each other. But yeah, you can put that code in on the start screen, and you'll start Morph. Anyways, this has been another trip through the Nostalgia Vault. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you want to see me do runs as the other Rangers without morphing. Some of them will be harder than others. If that's what you guys want to see, if this video gets, like, any kind of attention. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Any of the stuff that helps out the algorithm is greatly appreciated. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks, appreciate it. Even if it's like 1 or 2 views, like, it super duper helps. Until next time, everybody stay safe.